Hello, all. Welcome to Coffee and a Camera, live stream number 133. Happy Sunday, everyone. Glad to be here. It's been a heck of a week, in a good way. It's been a good week. I hope yours has been just as splendid. Take a deep breath. All right, let's get started. Let's see who's here. We got Wadoin Radios is present. Hello, buddy. Jim Bricky, hello from Hot Mesa, Arizona. It's supposed to get, we're supposed to hit 199 soon-ish. I don't know. It's just unbearable. Is that what we do now? We just talk about weather? Jeffrey Feingold, how are you, my friend? Cecil's here. Boom. There's my buddy Random Guy. First, or about as close to it as I can get. Yeah, let's see. Here's the order I have. Radios, Jim Bricky, Jeffrey Feingold, Cecil, and Random Guy. So I think you were about fifth. But you have the number one crown. So congrats on the crown. I don't even know what that is. David, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Radio says, "Oh, I found a weird camera this week. I haven't posted it." Oh, you gotta post it. I want to see what it is. Movie camera or picture? What do you got? What you got? Hey, Super Cinny's here. How are you, buddy? Dana, click the like button. It is mandatory. It's mandatory. You will get zapped if you forget. Thank you, Dana. I found three this week, actually. I didn't purchase any new cameras, but I do have a couple of new ones thanks to my good buddy Dana. You'll see them in just a few minutes. Jason's here. Hey, how are you, Jason? First live stream on the old rig. Oh, are you on an old laptop that you fixed up? The one you were working on? Was that a laptop or maybe that was a desktop? I can't remember. But you got the old computer and you're watching a live stream on the new old computer. I got some film in one of my Pro 814 auto zoom that I'm filming today. Yahoo! Yahoo! Jim is a huge fan of those 814s and they are wonderful cameras. You cannot deny that. Those 814s are amazing. I gotta take mine apart. My auto zoom electronic, because it's suffering from the deterioration of, I think you know this, Jim, of the manual exposure knob. You know how that rubber grommet inside starts breaking down and then it won't catch anymore when you pull the little thing out and then you turn it, it won't catch. So I got to take it apart. But I'm terrified to because the camera's mint and it works perfectly beyond that. I spent my money on 3 vintage typewriters, so instead of the film stuff, I'm supposed to be getting, oh no, the Sheikah N800 or N8000. Hello, my wife just walked in the door. I think, are you talking about, I think I have one, Radios, that you're talking about. Hold on one second. I think I have what you're talking about. And yes, I am very familiar with them. Is that what you're talking about? I hate you. I'm kidding. I love my wife more than anything in the world. Is this what you're talking about, Radios? Why? Oh, hold on. I want to show you. The Sheikah N8000 3D camera. Yes, I am familiar with it. And I have actually shot with this camera before. Very interesting. It's a 3D 35mm camera, if that's what you're asking. I'm prepping my Lomo Kino Lomokino for my week-long trip to, do I even try to pronounce that? Somewhere in Virginia, somewhere island. Let's see. Chincoteague Island in Virginia in September with the grandkids. That'll be fun, actually. Both the island, it sounds cool, and the Lomokino. Those are fun. Are you typing a lot of letters? I don't know what that means, Cecil. Are you typing a lot of letters? Oh, does it sound clicking? Hey, Jeffrey's here. Oh, man, he's still in the hospital. I hope he's hanging in there, Jeffrey. Greetings all. Sitting here with my dad still in the hospital, but he may be coming home Tuesday, doing well and healing. All right, well, that's good news. He's where he needs to be, obviously. And you have my absolute thoughts and prayers that he comes home Tuesday at the latest. Tuesday at the latest. Messenger. Jim Cahill. I get these emails all the time from Temu now, wanting me to be they want to sponsor videos or something, but there's nothing at Temu that I'm interested in, really. Ooh, look at that thing. That's what you got loaded up, right? This Jim Cahill's picture. The Pro 814. Yeah, those are pretty wicked. Pretty wicked. That's a good looking camera. Loaded with black and white. Nice. I got an Olympus OM1N, my first Olympus SLR. I have had the 1 and the 10, and they're fantastic cameras. I may still have them around here somewhere, but they're great cameras. I would put them in the, in the FE2 league or the AE1 leagues, that kind of stuff. Great cameras. It's the laptop. Oh, cool. Yeah, you were refurbing the old school laptop. That's awesome. Barry's here. Hello, buddy. And an Ansco point and shoot. Oh, you got an Ansco point and shoot. Awesome. Mint in box. Nashika is a 3D camera with a metal bar making it feel substantial. Yeah, it's heavy. I mean, it's got some weight to it for sure. 71 degrees Fahrenheit and rainy here in central Maryland. It is currently 93 and sunny. Mostly cloudy, not sunny. With 93 and mostly cloudy, it's miserable. The mostly cloudy does help, yeah. All three are 35 millimeters. It's 100 degrees right now in Mesa, and it's 11 a.m. Hey, you chose to live there. Running YouTube on the old Atari 800. I have an old Atari. What is it? The 3100? With some cool games. Space Invaders. Some of the cool games. I love Atari. It's just hard to hold that thing now, the little joystick. It's just, I don't know, when you're used to these, and then you got to switch to the one that it's in the one button on the top, it's kind of difficult. 95 degrees and sunny in South Louisiana. 95. It's hot everywhere. Whew. I haven't used my 1014 auto zoom in 2 years. Do you mean, oh, your 1014 auto zoom? You're not talking about your 1012 auto zoom, are you? They do have a 1014, but I know you had a 1012. No. Yeah, 1012. Auto zoom 1012. That's what I have too. The 814 electronic has the rubber grommet issue. Yes, the 814 auto zoom doesn't have that issue. Yeah, I have both cameras, and they both work great. But you're right, that stupid rubber grommet thing. Oh. Yeah, it's a pain. And then you can pull on it. If you pull really hard, you can feel it trying to catch because you can see the needle moving a little bit, but it's just not enough. I got a great idea for the 3-minute horror Super 8 film. So I've been writing a script and starting to make props. Might film it in the fall. And yes, there is a number 2 pencil. Yes. Yes. 4 lens point and shoot. Well, not really. I mean, I guess you do point and shoot, but it's funky. And I developed some film that I shot in that. And by today's standards, you really don't, you get it. Here's the thing. Now what they do with these, like this Nishika N8000, basically they make little GIF or GIF, I don't know how you pronounce it, GIF files now with the 4 pictures, where they just move a little. Used to, that's USTA, you could get your film developed and made into like those holograms where it just, you could turn it and it looked wonky, like when you get a cool hologram baseball card. But it's not, they don't really do that anymore. There's no place that makes those that I know of. I mean, there might be, but I don't know of any. So basically what they're doing now is they're taking the 3 photos. You have to, that's tricky because you have to line them up, and then it's almost like a Lomo Kino, only 4 frames. So you have to make like this little moving picture out of it, and it just does that back and forth. I'm a member of the Stereoscopic Society in the UK and National Stereoscopic Association USA. That's great. You guys are so above my pay grade. Sounds very distinguished, Jeffrey. It does sound distinguished, doesn't it? I bet he's got a great idea. I really liked it. There was the simplicity of it, but I don't know if you guys remember, but I really liked Jeffrey's, his Tri-X film that I sent, the Super 8. His word, if I'm remembering correctly, was alone. Is that right, Jeffrey? Alone? But it was eerie. It was just, it had this cynicism to it in an ear. It just, I don't know, it was just a really moody feel. I liked it a lot. That comment was for radios. Oh, with the typewriters. I got you. Hard to keep up sometimes. Hey, Noptop is here. How are you, buddy? Dave Nop. They are a cool camera. Can you still get film developed as a lenticular print? No, you cannot. Not that I know of. I did a little research. I've had this camera for a couple years. Yeah, I did a little research. Maybe there's a lab that's still doing them. It would be so niche. It's crazy. But it was fun in that it takes 4 basically identical pictures, but from just, I mean, minutely different angles. And then you make little files now. So it's such a little novelty now. Why are you asking, radios? Are you wanting to get one of these? The One Bell & Howell Super 8 camera is confirmed borked. Bought a vinegar-soaked Q-tip. Brought his vinegar-soaked Q-tip to the motor. Made a noise but didn't spin. I saved 33 there. Good to be prepared. Yes. Batteries and vinegar. Bring that to the thrift store. Mike, do you use a red filter? No, I do not. I've been asked that before. I don't use a red filter when I shoot black and white film. Probably should and or could, but I just never have. I'm not really a filter guy. I got a funky lens on the Olympus here. What lens did you get? Hey, Bonnie's here. Hello, Bonnie. You're only 10 minutes late. That's like really late for you. Olympus SMER3. I'm not familiar with that one. Beware that using a new PX625A battery, 1.5 volt, will skew the light meter reading in the OM1 compared to the original Merc battery. Yes, it will. It'll overexpose. I mean, it'll give you a little, like a third of a stop overexpose. The Canon 1014 is the best Super 8 camera. So you're not on the 814s anymore, huh? Or the Beaulieu? Jim, what? Final word, Bricky. What is your opinion the best Super 8 camera ever made? Is it the 1014 electronic? I finally got to Goodwill. I finally got to go to Goodwill with some AA batteries with me, and guess what? No cameras. It's rare to find good cameras at Goodwill anymore because they put them all on their auction site. Random guy says I had an 2600. That's it. Thank you. I had an original Atari 2600 and over 100 games. Mom gave it away without my knowledge. Never saw a penny from it. Well, here's the good news. The good news is they're not really worth anything. They're very inexpensive. Does kind of suck because 100 games, I probably got 30 games, but I probably had 100. I used to buy and sell all the time, but they're really, I listed some Atari games before, a lot of them, and then singles, and they just hardly ever sell. They're just not worth anything for the most part. There's some couple rare ones, but that's a bummer though. I dated a girl in the 1980s, right? In the late 80s. And her grandmother got, okay. I had a box. It was a roller skate box full of baseball cards from the 70s because I was a huge baseball collector fan. I collected baseball cards from the 70s. And I had all kinds of complete sets, and I was a Cincinnati Reds fan. My brother was a Yankees fan, and I had all these, like hundreds of baseball cards from the mid-70s. 74, 5, 6, somewhere in that range. Yeah, and had them all in this box. And then I took them over to the girl I was dating. Her grandmother lived down the street, and I took them over there and forgot them. And then we kind of had a falling out. My girlfriend and I didn't, but the girlfriend at the time's grandmother and I did. And she never gave them back to me. She kept them. I was pretty bummed out. There was a lot, by today's standards, would have been a few shekels worth in there, but I never got my baseball cards back, and I'm sure, one of her grandkids got them or something, but that really bummed me out. Without my knowledge. Same with the 1218. I needed to get that out. Did I say 1012? I meant 1218. I meant 1218. Okay, so it was my mistake. It's early. It's 2 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know where I got 1012. That's the Elmo. Yes, same with the 1218. My computer is broken. I can't slide the beads from one side. The abacus. Is that what that is? An abacus, right? Currently 68 degrees Fahrenheit in Portland. 69 degrees. Wow. So that's cozy, though, Jason. You're in cozy land right now. That whole, what do they call that? The Pacific Northwest gets cold, really cold. But man, like Southern California, nice. And I know that, up in the northeast quadrant of the United States, it stays decent. Man. The money I was going to send Mike for the car show stuff went to typewriters. Yeah, Goodwill's putting just about all photo stuff online on their auction site. And they do make a lot more. It's become an eBay even more. Jim Bricky and I talk about that all the time, about the Goodwill stuff. It's gotten to where their prices are just ridiculous. I bid on, he sent me a camera. He goes, you might want this. And I did want it. And thank you, Jim. I don't know if I told you, but I did bid on that Chinon, the little pocket one. And it kept going and going and going. It was like 80 or 100 bucks for this little Chinon camera. That's enough. I didn't. Man, I got distracted so much with my other interests. Yeah, that happens. Hey, Michael, how are you, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. I haven't seen you on here in a while. Hope you're well. If y'all don't know, Michael Carter does a lot of home developing, and I think he was doing some optical printing as well, if I'm not mistaken. But he's pretty well versed in the old home developing field. Hey, there's Cecil again. Empty. 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 That was the word. What did I say? Alone? Empty. Yeah, man. But it just had that feeling. Had that cool flow. There is my buddy Steven. I don't know if you guys remember, but we just kind of reconnected because I did a found film recently. I don't remember what number it was. It was 3 or 4 of them ago. And it was one that Steven sent me. You guys remember Steven? He had a channel called New Wave Film, and I think he changed it to something else, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Steven, you deleted it all. But that's him. Hawkeye is our buddy Steven from back in the day. So it's good to see him again. About 84 degrees Fahrenheit here on the Blue Ridge in Virginia, but very humid. Rain every day for at least a month so far. So are you guys going to get any of that? I have family in near Anderson, Indiana, and they're just like drowning up there. Luckily, my immediate family is not in any imminent danger, but are you getting a lot of that water, Stephen? I don't know if it's pushing that far east or not, or if you're gonna. But it's good to see you again, my friend. I hope you jump back into YouTube one of these days, because I really enjoyed your videos. Matthew, you're late, but you are here now. Good to see you, buddy. You're only doing 16mm, Michael. That's right. Okay. I remember watching one of Michael's videos a long time ago where he was just receiving his big, people just call them Lomo. They're not actually Lomo tanks branded, but the 100-footer when he was pulling it out. And I think he was lucky enough to get one that had 2 spirals, if I'm not mistaken. So he could load 200 feet on his. I have 2 of them, but both of mine are just singles, so you can only load 100 feet on each. Saw the Odyssey, and did you? Second time. Wow. Good for you, Bonnie. Olympus SME ER3, which is a vintage. What went away? Vintage camera, photo adapter designed to connect an OM mount SLR camera to an Olympus microscope. Oh, it's an adapter. All right, gotcha. Those Olympuses were different because you had the. It's been a long time since I messed with them, but I think it was the OM10, if I'm not mistaken. But I had the little adapter that pushed onto the front of it, like next to the lens somewhere. And wasn't that for the manual adjustments of shutter speeds and things like that? I tend to stack a green over a yellow filter for black and white. Sometimes an ND. Oh, so you are a filter user. I don't know. I might experiment with them one day. What'd you find awful on eBay? I found something awful on eBay. The only place I really see old camera stuff at reasonable cheap prices are yard sales in my area anyway. It's the best place to get them. Definitely the best place. Garage sales, yard sales, whatever you call them, home sales, yeah. The best Super 8 camera is the Beaulieu 4008. The best Canon Super 8 is the 1014E. My Pro 814 auto zoom is my go-to camera. All right, well, there you have it. What is today with a Super 8 cart backwind device? You know, Super Senny just sent me a message. I don't see the picture, though. Why do I not see the picture? It says there's a picture. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I don't know where mine's at. It's right there somewhere. But I have one. But I don't remember where I put it. It's similar. Super Senny just sent me this. It's a backwind device. I don't know if you guys remember. I showed mine on here. But that's for back winding Super 8 film. And you obviously can only do a certain amount, like I think 72 frames it's recommended or something. Jason. Anybody want some 50D? It's only $290 US. That's insane. Please don't buy into that, guys. Yeah, I know none of you guys are dumb enough to do that. That's crazy. Random guy, that's what he's talking about. That's insane. I think I may have seen that one. Who's buying that? Are there people that are spending $290 on a roll of film? Whew. God, I hope not. Man. I was thinking of making a 3-minute film based on the date of the camera I am using. The film will be current, but I want to make sure there is no modern objects. Yeah, I think you're onto something, Jeffrey. That does sound fun. My grandmother threw away all my dad's baseball cards while he was in the Air Force. That's a bummer. Yeah, it hurt. I mean, I was bummed. I'd saved those for a long time. Planning a date of 1990 or 1966 to 69, depending on the camera's age. I am really intrigued now. I gave away my G1 Pokemon cards in 03. You think I don't regret that? I don't know anything about Pokemon cards, so I don't even have any idea what that means. Is that a good card or a good set or something? But I'm not sure. $77 here, but steamy. Whew. $78 in Western Pennsylvania. Just the way I said that, Matthew, that's Groundhog Day. Here in Western Pennsylvania. Remember when you're so sick of saying it over and over again? If you don't know Groundhog Day, you won't understand it. I also my Pokemon cards to the dump in 2004, but I keep telling myself I didn't have any first editions, which I don't think I did, but still makes me sad. I keep hearing about Pokemon. We have a park nearby that we always go to and walk and feed turtles and stuff. There's always a whole bunch of people standing like in an area, like doing this. Like, and we know it's Pokemon stuff, but I don't know anything about that. I don't really know what they're doing. Isn't there like that catching or something? Hey, William, how are you, buddy? Hey, Mike, how's it going? Thank you for all your help on the short film, despite the last roll not coming out well. I'll ask my short film competition if I can email you what I was able to make to view. I'll send those back, by the way. I plan on getting them back in the mail to you tomorrow. Both of them, the Tri-X and your Kodachrome. But I was feeling terrible. It's not anything I could do, obviously, but Kodachrome's just one of those things that 90% of the time, no matter who's shooting it, it's going to be garbage. I shouldn't say that. 90% of the time, it's not going to be great. 10% of the time, it'll look great, like Plus X. That's if it's new stock and it was stored well. So maybe 5% of the time. But I did a video, William, you might want to check it out, where I shot a roll of Kodachrome from 1976, I think. Older than the roll you sent me. But it was frozen since the day it was manufactured by Kodak. So it was frozen by a Kodak employee. Then he took it home, froze it, never shot it, gave it back to Kodak, who then put it in their freezers. And it was in their freezer until the day that my buddy Fred, who worked at Kodak for almost 40 years, said, Mike, I think you would have fun with this. And he sent me that roll and a roll of Ektachrome 160 Type G film that was as old, and both were frozen their whole life. I still have the 160G, still frozen. The Kodachrome I shot, I think at box speed, and I think I may have overexposed it a tad. I can't remember, but it was amazing, insane what came of it. But that's a video I did. There's a nice Canon 814 on Goodwill right now. Yeah, they go too high. Michael Carter says, hi, better. Oh, you're doing better. Okay, good, buddy. Some people use the Nishika as a 3D camera by ignoring the two inside pictures and scanning the results, the outside lens, and processing them using a free program called Stereo Program Maker. So how does it print, though? You're contact printing 16 millimeter color movie film. That's right. Yeah, Jeffrey, how do you make a print, or was that program make it a file? Because I've seen the photos where they move a little. Did you catch Ben's show? I did not. Shout out for Mike and that new development machine. I started watching it. I didn't finish it yesterday, but I missed it. And I'm so bummed because I've missed his last couple streams, and I don't like missing Ben's streams because he's a lot of fun. Yeah, but I did see the part where he was talking about the... I got like 10 or 15 minutes in, and I did see his shout out, so I appreciate that. But yeah, they put my video on their website and on the Indiegogo, I believe. You know, it's one of the ones that scrolls the top. That video was fun to make. I was a little bit stressed out because I didn't have that machine for very long, so it was stressing me out that I needed to get something out there, but I wanted it to be done right. There's some things I needed to mention, like Ben mentioned the top. Yeah, I don't. You guys remember he mentioned that the magnets. I actually said in the video I'll get back to it, but I never did. I did lose a roll of film because I picked it up, set it down, and it slipped out of my hands. Luckily, you know, inches from where it was going to land, and the top opened, and my film was loaded, and I was getting ready to develop. So it flashed my film, and noticeably once it was developed. So I emailed them back with all my suggestions on the machine. They need to put some simple little snap clips, like on a Pelican case or something, because those magnets are cool, but they don't hold the lid down. Stereo photo maker. Well, that's wild. So it would just print too. Do you need the glasses then or something, right? Guy, you'll see. No, just one. Yours just has the one reel. Okay, I thought for sure it had two. I'm mistaken. I have to watch your film camera competition videos. I saw the first one with the Zenith course, but still have to watch the rest. Just been busy with work, online college work, and constantly tired. Don't blame you. I actually had contemplated canceling that series. It's just not doing as well as I had hoped. But I do have the next battle that's coming. I have fun doing it, but it is a lot of work. And like I say, it has nothing to do with you guys. It drives me nuts when people complain about videos not doing good and whining about it to people that do watch them. But the bottom line is those videos, they just don't do well. And I don't know if it's just too much work for too little of an audience. But I enjoy doing them, so I probably won't cancel it. But I want to show you what the next battle is in case you guys have forgotten. It's actually pretty exciting. Check this out. Dun, 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 dun. The best Super 8 camera, period, that's ever been manufactured is, and this is the final say, sorry Jim Bricky, the Canon 1014 XLS. I think it has the best glass, the best features, the best build, the best ergonomics of any Super 8 camera ever made. Anyway, this camera right here, and I hope it doesn't lose, is going up against the second best camera ever produced, the Bentley B3. Or is it the worst camera ever produced? Yeah, that's it. I have some batteries out here just because I want to show you guys. Where's Dana? Dana likes this camera. Let's put a couple of batteries in here. Let's put these Target batteries in there. I think they're charged. Now, I don't like this because the batteries don't fit in it very well. And the lid doesn't close. It's weird. It's a weird camera. Really weird camera. It just... you gotta force the batteries in there. I put that in wrong. I want to run this. If this one runs. I don't even know if this one works. One of them runs. See, then you can't get the cover on. The batteries never sit flat for me. Super quiet. I mean, this is made for sync sound work. Can't hear it at all. You can't hear that, can you, Nicole? Oh my God, does that sound terrible. Why don't we zoom in on that? This is the Bentley B3. All right, I will save everybody's ears by shutting that thing off. Woo! All right, I know I missed some chats. I apologize. But let me see where we're at. Great cheese to the Bentley. When did Zenit Cores win part 1? You can spoil the next video for me. Part 2 of the competition, I never saw the results. I voted for that video. So here's the results right now. I keep my little flow chart here. The Zenit Cores beat the Canon 814 Auto Zoom in round number 1. And then the Elmo 1012S XL beat the Bolex 150 Super. And then the Beaulieu 4008 ZM2 beat the Canon 310 XL. And then the Beaulieu 6008S beat the Canon Auto Zoom 1218. That was a close one. But I don't think there's any surprise what's going on this particular. If you guys haven't seen this one, the Sankyo XL61-200 versus the Shinon 200/8XL. I shot a roll of Plus X. You need to check it out and vote, because these things don't work if people don't vote. There were 28 votes when I looked last, and it's pretty much a runaway. It wasn't any surprise, but one of them just didn't work too well. It wasn't transporting the film properly. And of course, I never know this until I develop the film. And I will say this. I've decided I'm not going to stop and reshoot. If the camera doesn't function during that particular battle properly, and it does that, flutters the film, well, that camera's probably going to lose, but I'm not going to reshoot it. We're going to show you what my personal camera did. My personal camera did. You have a Hero 2 with a 3-hour hit, Barry. What's a Hero 2? That's a Hero? Yeah. GoPro 3D setup. I do playback in live because my big TV isn't stereo ready. I have a Hero 7? 7 or an 8? I don't know, something like that. I like it, but I guess what I have instead now? And it follows me. I know some of you guys have these, right? This little guy. It's got a great, for such a little drone, it's got a great little 4K camera up here. And it just hovers and just kind of follows you. It's got this follow mode. It's pretty freaking wicked. I got the idea from Dave Knopp. It's the Neo 2 from DJI. I just got this last week. What a fun little drone. Came with 3 batteries, and I think they're the lower milliamp batteries. So they'll go for, I'm guessing, somewhere around 10 minutes or something. I put that in the wrong way. But I do have to get a new higher wattage or higher voltage outlet plug for the USB-C to charge all 3 at the same time. Right now, just using like an iPhone plug, it'll only charge 1 battery at a time instead of all 3 at a time, which is okay. It's fine. We are not going to see sample footage this stream because I forgot. But I did do a little bit of work in the backyard. Cool drone, Mike. I don't have one yet, but I've dreamed. Yeah, well, I'm glad I got it. If you guys have never seen those things, just do a quick search for the Neo 2. It's insane. I mean, you can hold out your hand like that, and it sees it, and it'll just land on it and shut off. Yeah, it just land on your palm. You start it from your palm, or you actually start it kind of holding it, and you push the button on the side, the little takeoff button, this little red button on the side, and then you got your modes, 2 little mode buttons. It's pretty easy, but it's pretty easy, except, and Dave will back me up on this, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot of settings if you want to get deep with it. If you just want it to follow you like I do, and like Dave does, yeah, then you just keep it on follow mode and go to town. You can give it commands, like, is it this, Dave? Where you go like this, and then as you raise your hand up, it goes up. When you stop your hand, it stops. It goes down. It goes left and right. And then 2 hands, it flies away from you. It flies closer to you. It's crazy how they did that. Then Mike wakes up in the middle of the night and the drone hovering over him holding a number 2 pencil. Well, that's so funny, Jeffrey. That's so funny. I have another drone that my wife bought me like a long time ago. 7 or 8 years ago, you think, honey?
Yeah, never used it.
You've never flown it. It's a Holy Cross, it's called. Nice drone, but it's bigger, you know? It's bigger. I think that it would carry, I could get like a little, just build a little, you know, structure underneath it, or a cage, real lightweight. I think I could get it to carry, probably just be super simple, no controlling the camera, start it and take off. I think it would carry a little Super 8 camera, something really light, like my Kodacam 40 that weighs less than 4 ounces or something. Speaking of horror, AI drones and Big Brother in the UK because of drought, water utilities are using drones to check whose lawn is too green. $1,000 fine for using a hose. Oh my goodness. No barbecue in UK either. Wow. Oh, because of the drought, fires. Wow. Yeesh. I'm going to scroll back through because I missed some stuff. Most of my Terran cameras have, what's a Terran camera? Have sticking leaf shutters and are unlinked rangefinders, but they look nice. What's a Terran? Rah Bentley. Did Zenit Cores win? Yeah, we got that. Best camera ever made, Bentley. Here's the thing, though, Jim Bricky. The 1040 XLS is a good camera. My money is on the Bentley. You know, what did Michael say? I'll get right back to that. 500T first roll last month, NC 500. I want to try some NC 500. If you guys watched our last community project that Dana put together, where we passed around a roll of Super 8 film, that Tri-X 7266. Katie, who I don't see here today, but Katie, if you're watching, you did fantastic, by the way. She used a Bentley B3 because she was part of that fun community project. So she used, oh, I took the batteries out. And you know what? Her footage came out really good. If I'm being honest, I'm a tiny bit nervous because as much as I boast about this big camera, my buddy here, Canon 1014 XLS, I don't want it to lose to the Bentley. So don't vote against it because you just want it to lose, Jim Cahill. Yeah, her footage came out really good. And here's the thing. These cameras are only really meant to shoot. They're focus free. There's nothing to these cameras. You essentially put the film in, close it, and pull the trigger and point. non-reflex. There's nothing to this. I don't remember if I did a video on these or not. But let me tell you what. It's only rated for Kodachrome 40. It's a 40 ISO camera. So I don't know. I might just use a roll of Plus X, which might be overkill because I think, isn't that what we just used in the last battle? Yeah, but Plus X is, you know, like a 40 ISO film, and this is rated for that already. So it's got to be kind of fair, but I could use 7266. I have some Tri-X. Apparently it works fine because Katie did it and her film came out really good. So I don't know. What do you think, Nicole? Plus X or Tri-X? I got a Tri-X? All right. Nicole has spoken. She said Tri-X. Taron made rangefinder cameras for Sears in the late 50s and early... I've never heard of that. There are some Bentleys on Goodwill. And they ask a fortune, don't they? Hey, Dita. Dita's asking, where can I find a crystal sync motor for the Aeroflex 16S? Well, that's tough. They're very hard to find. Very hard to find. I got super lucky. I bought an old lot a couple, 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. I bought a lot on eBay that had some old junky Aeroflex 16 millimeter magazines. And you know what the funny thing is? I didn't even have an Aries at the time, but I knew I was going to get one. So I got a lot of magazines, and they were just kind of DIY, fix them and make one good one out of them. And he said there's some other things included, but I don't even think he showed a picture. And it was really cheap. I don't remember how much, $40, something like that for everything. And there was a George Jensen 24 frames per second Aries crystal motor included in that lot. That's the one I use now basically all the time with my Aeroflex. I wish I could help you, but you might try Dual. Those guys are specialty in, they specialize in Aeroflex stuff. 16, you know, the 16S. I'd say if there's one to be had, they would probably know where to get it. Or Visual Products, maybe. Check their website or call them. She meant try X. Yeah, I wish. Yep, when Kodak said, I think I can, I think I can. Jim says, Dual sometimes has crystal motors. Yeah, so see, great minds. You're welcome. Yeah, give Dual, the guys over there are, I've never used them for anything, but they're super reputable. They're a couple of brothers, I think Steve and Jeff, if I'm not mistaken. The Gall brothers, G-A-L. But, Popcorn, wait, well, how long were we? 51 minutes in? We haven't even shown a film yet. I do have one. Yeah, they're good dudes, from what I can tell. Solid. You know, anybody that, like Mike Rosso's of the community and, you know, that help this community thrive, profit or no profit, I think is an asset. So, yeah. Yeah. I want to show you guys what Dana sent me. So I get an email from Dana. If you don't know who Dana is, he's my buddy Angus McNaughton on here. And he helps me with a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things I couldn't do if he didn't. He helps me with the Filmboy24 community on Facebook. He helps with all the community projects. He masterminded the last one, and it came out wonderful. But, yeah. So he sent me, he emailed me, and he goes, he said, hey, I sent you a package, but email me before you open it, because I want to tell you about it. So I did. And he gave me the spiel, and I opened it, and he sent me some cool stuff. You know what's funny? Of all the stuff you sent, Dana, you want to see my favorite item? I think you already know. My favorite thing that he sent me. Look at this. You guys remember the little camera? I don't know where it's at. I had it down there for a long time, but I did it. Oh, here it is. I thought at first it was one of these. Well, this one doesn't work anymore because I took the batteries out. But it just flickers and goes. Brrr. This is even better. I didn't know what it was until I reread his email. But look at that. It's got the f-stops and everything on it. It's a little SLR, but check this out. It's a little thumb drive. A little 64 gig thumb drive. And it's got an instruction manual on it. And it does have the instruction manual on it, Dana. Thank you. I didn't respond, but it does. For this. Look at this little bad boy. The Canon Marlboro camera. This was probably one of the ones you would get. I do not condone using this product. I used it for many years. Don't use it. It's bad for you. I would assume this was probably, you could collect points. If you cut the little tab, the little UPC or whatever, the little square out of the cigarette box, and you saved them, you got points. And then you could redeem them for prizes. It was like being at Dave & Buster's and getting tickets. You do that with Marlboro. And you would get like swag. Swanky swag would be swang. Where's Dave Knopp when I need him? I would assume that's probably what this was at some point. Somebody cashed in their points and got that. Great cameras though. These are I've had these before. Now I haven't tried this one, but I'm able to. And you want me to show you why I'm able to try it? I do have some film for it, but I'll tell you in 1 second. But he also sent this, which is equally cool. Marlboro Miles. That's it. Boom. Thank you, Cecil. It's been December 12th of this year will be 22 years since I quit smoking. Who can smoke Marlboros now? My wife and I were just talking about that. They're like 12 bucks a pack or something. Check this out. Let's zoom in on this. I think he knows I like these. They're just fun to have. Chicka chang chang booka bam bow. Look at this. I like these chain handles, straps, chain straps. What do you think, f-stop? You see my buddy up there, f-stop? Oh, it's great. Yeah, that's what I thought. That doesn't sound anything like f-stop, but you just pop the top right there, pop it, and it flips down the back. You load your film in there, snap it back up, then you flip the front down, whoop, and there's your start button. And this is the disc 6000. I think the Bentley's got some competition here. We're a little bit noisy. What fun cameras. Thank you, Dana. So, but with that, look at that. Brand new roll of disc film. Probably from the late 80s, early 90s. And another disc of film. This one has 3 pictures remaining. So I'll just shoot those 3 pictures. I feel like it. I don't know if it has the date on it, but I don't think so. So I don't know how old it is, but that doesn't matter. And then some holders. These little disc holders. What you would do when you were done shooting your film, you would pop it in this. Look at how thin this is. Look how thin that is. It's just a piece of cardboard, but you would just pop it open. Here's one that's open. See, you just slide your disc in there and then you just fold and fold. Do the other side, fold and fold. Voila. And then you would send this in for developing. They would put it in that funky machine and use the C41A process. And they would give you ridiculously low resolution 4x6 prints. And you move on to the next disc. Thank you, Dana. I have a disc holder now. So for developing, and I can develop 6 discs at a time. But I need to get a better I need to get a better way to scan them. They're a pain in the butt to scan. We need a Filmboy24 branded Super 8 cart USB jump drive on the Filmboy24 merch shop. Yes, I know. You quit 6 years ago. Congratulations, my friend. Oh, thank you, Dana. I smoked at my peak. I smoked for about 20 years. And then at my peak, I'm almost embarrassed to say I was just insane. 3 packs a day, probably. Can you imagine smoking 3 packs of cigarettes a day now? Just the cost? Not to mention how terrible it is for your body. The freaking cost? $36 a day plus tax? No, thank you. Save that money and then spend it on film. All right, so check this out. So he sent me, let me show you. He sent me some films too, and I did look at a couple of them, Dana. Some films, some already developed films that will be fun. I'll probably show these at some point on a live stream. I did look at these two. Typical, you know, the kids playing and stuff. It's just good. Just all that money for film. I know. Now I mean, think about it. I mean, even if you, this is not going to be the smoking episode, but if you do that terrible habit, which I can't judge anyone because I did it for years. Just the money alone, even if you use the cheaper, like the 305s or the cheaper ones, they got to be expensive too. How did we get on this subject? But anyway, the Marlboro camera. I mean, 15 to 30 bucks a day. So every 2 days, if you quit smoking every 2 days, you can buy like a cartridge and a half of Super 8. Or one full 100-foot 16mm roll every 2 days. So quit. Start buying film instead. You'll be glad you did. So he also sent me a found film roll of Kodachrome, which I don't have over here because I had it on my desk because I was marking it. So I have to put his name on it and everything so I don't forget when it comes time to develop. And I know it's partially exposed, Dana, but I used my pencil trick and it looks like it's more exposed than not exposed. So it appears to be more than 25 feet of it is shot. So he had this lead bag and I'm like, lead bags really, in our world, are only used for one thing, and that's to protect film from X-ray. So we threw this in. Come on. And the only reason it's not in my freezer right now is because I'm showing you guys. Let me show you what he sent me. Thank you, Dana, by the way, so much. Oh, what did Jeffrey do? You should seek help. There used to be a guy somewhere in the USA that had a development machine, but that was 10 years or more. What happened? Development machine. Film footage, the drag race footage was shot, Mike. I think I found where that's right. So the drag racing footage, that was Stevens. Remember with the Our Gang camera? It looks like Knoxville Dragway in Tennessee. Oh, that's awesome. Knoxville Dragway. I'm going to make a note of that because then I'm going to mark that on my notes up there. Knoxville Dragway. And that's that found film. All right. That's good to know. I figured it seemed like there was enough that somebody should be able to figure that out. And I know, Stephen, that you're kind of like me into that, that racing and some of that down south kind of stuff. My grandfather used to smoke Cools back before he got stomach cancer. He's still kicking too. Crazy. He was a tobacco farmer. Some people, it doesn't affect them. My dad smoked. My dad passed away a couple years ago, but not from cancer. He never had cancer. And he smoked. He was, I think, 70. He was born in 1946 and he died in 1924. I mean, in 2024. So would that make him, he was just before his birthday in 24. I think he was 77. So, and he smoked for at least 50 years of his life. At least 50 years of his life. Now, I'm not saying, and most people can't do it, so don't. What? He had a lot of heart issues, yeah. But he didn't eat very well. He didn't take very good care of himself. I loved my dad. I really did, but he did not take very good care of himself. This was a great idea, but prints were a bit lacking. Yeah, I mean, they were, it's the size of a Super 8 frame. So let me show you what Dana sent me. This is the film that he sent me. Check this out. A dandy little roll. And he kept this cold too. Look at this. Fuji 200. Good film stock. I love 200 speed film in 35 millimeter. One of my favorites. Let me turn this camera just a little bit so you can see my ugly mug better. Check this out. Boom! One of my favorites. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, good sir. I didn't even look at this one. Ooh! Oh, wow. Ultra fine extreme. So, I used to shoot a ton of ultra fine extreme 400. A lot of it. In fact, I shot so much of it that I bought it. I'd buy it in the 100-foot rolls, and I would put it on the bulk loader, which I think I may still have some on a bulk loader. Love that film. Look at this stuff. FPP stocks. You know how FPP does all those vanity stocks and novelty stocks? So he sent me this to try. This is Deriv Pan 200, black and white, 36 exposures. Is this unscrew? Did you put a lock on that? There it is. There it is. It's DX coated too, so they must have used like an old Fuji or Kodak reel or something, canister. So I have that, and then I have this that he sent me, Derek's Pan 400, black and white, 36 exposures, DX coated, processed black and white. This is also from the FPP. Check it out. We can show that. Ooh, it's green. That's funky. It's super thin. Super thin. It's like a print film or something. Thank you, Dana. That'll be fun to experiment with. I need to get on that. I got to take a bunch of pictures with Dave Knopf's cam. I got to take a bunch of pictures with Dana's cams. Oh, and then this, the Frankenstein. I always kind of wondered about these monster films. I just never... I shoot mostly cine film now, so I haven't really picked much of this stuff up. But now that Dana sent this to me, I really want to experiment with it and see, you know, like what's going on here. 35 millimeter, black and white, 24 exposures, ISO 200. Glorious black and white. I just like their stickers. It's going to be hard to see because it's a shiny one and there's lights everywhere in here. So, but it looks a lot like the box. The little stickers on the box. So that's what Dana sent me film-wise. So thank you. Thank you so much, Dana. I greatly appreciate it. He always takes good care of me. All that money for film. I know I'm a little behind. I only smoke if I'm on fire. That's what he said. 3 Bentley a day habit. I always used to say I only smoke if I'm alone or with someone. I have a 3 Bentley. Yeah, okay. Blunts only. Hey, Rich, how are you, buddy? I don't know if you said hello earlier and I missed it. I apologize. Kodak tended to jump the gun on new format cameras and technology, like the first digital still camera that was made by Kodak. I had a couple of those. Oof. Remember the Mavica that took the big disc? Rorus is here. I've got an old disc camera made by Dixon's at a retail shop in England, which is now Curry's retail shop now from around 1985. The pictures wasn't that great at all. It was one of the first cameras I got. They are such interesting mechanical marvels. They are so cool, disc cameras, because you're right. I mean, they were always, seems like Kodak was always thinking. Can you check your email again? Yeah, Jason, did you send me something? What is Jason got? Apparently, yes. Jason, send your film to me. I have a P.O. Box. P.O. Box 291517. Port Orange, Florida 32129. And that's public anyway. I don't mind saying it. Yeah, you can send. Yeah, 50D is way back ordered right now. I wish it wasn't. It's not discontinued, but it is on back order. And a lot of people, when they send their films, they put it in a box and they bubble wrap it, and then they bubble wrap it again, and they bubble wrap the box, and then they put that box in another box. Let me tell you guys something. A roll of film, I don't have any up here, it's not going to break. You could put it in a padded envelope in its box and send it to me, and it'll be just fine. You don't have to spend a ton of money to send me a roll of film. Put it in a padded envelope. If you want to put it in a little Ziploc bag first in case the the padded envelope rips or gets wet or something, that's fine. But there's no need to get crazy with sending film. You don't have to box it. You don't have to do all. It's in a basically crush-proof container. You should see me when I lose the film inside the cart. You should see me trying to get them open. I wish they would crush. Yeah, and you are a member. You are a channel member, Jason, so your price is a little bit different than everyone else's. That's not channel members, and I think you already know that. If you don't, it's $35. And that includes return shipping, processing, scanning, and uploading anywhere in the U.S. So, yeah, send it to me whenever you're ready. We have an online group, BA, Bentley Holics Anonymous. Please consider. Hi, my name is Mike, and I'm a Bentley holic. Super Sandy says, yeah, the lens let disc down. The image area is, I think, slightly bigger than... Yeah, I think it's a tiny bit bigger, but it's... Whew. Well, that's good, radio. Smart. Bart, how are you, buddy? You're a little bit late, but I'm glad to see you. A friend of mine quit 3 weeks ago today. I'm doing my best to support them. Yes, please do. Okay, used to sell film. That's the stopped. Wait, what is that? Poundland in the UK used to sell film. They stopped. Well, bummer. I got some vanity and novelty stocks. I got old cars on them though. Dana is good with that stuff. Send away. The monster films from SVP are really good stocks. Well, I'm excited to try it now. I shot a few 120 rolls of the monster film. I like it a lot. Did you just shoot it at box speed? Normal? Disposable camera in a store that came with haunted film. So Dave Knopp did something like that with Polaroid film. It was pretty freaking cool. Dave, I don't know if you're still here, but do you still have some of that? He had some of that. I think it was the little Polaroid. What is the little one? The Instax, I think. But he put ghosts. Was it ghosts or weird images? Or I think it was ghosts he put in the film. So when you took a Polaroid picture and it popped out, there was a ghost somewhere on it. It was really cool. I think that's what it was. I've shot a few ones. Oh yeah, Matthew. Okay, I like it. Some of those FPP films are very thin and act as a light pipe leaking light into the roll, so take care of those. Okay, I will do, Bart. Thank you. I think some of the FPP monster stocks are X-ray films. It almost looks like that, Super Cine. Who wants a Jam 9.5mm Pathé Prince wind-up made by Smith Industries in UK in early 1960s? Smiths now makes those X-ray scanner at airport for free. Google it for photo. Weighs a ton, so UK only. Ooh, keep that in mind, people. I am a little bit away from the UK. Yes, padded envelopes are fine. Rich says he's all good, been busy with work, wanted to check in and say hi, been voting in the camera battles, keep up with your videos. Weather finally cooled off in Denver, got some rain, thank God. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Rich. I'm glad to hear that, buddy. And thank you for voting. Oh yeah, Jason, of course. But I duct tape the 620 ends. That's all right. The old mailer envelopes from the back in the day were just paper envelope. Yeah, just a regular old padded envelope. Cheapo padded envelopes work fine. Been nearly a year since I shipped to you. It's on my, if you just go to the main page, Jason, the YouTube page, the channel page, it's right there, but it's P.O. Box 29 15 17 291517. They had a lot of numbers. There's tons of boxes over there, but have received shipments from Shop Goodwill with lenses quadruple wrapped in bubble wrap, Ziploc bags, and packing tape. Great way to grow fungus. Yeah, I know. Anyone got any of those old Minolta spy camera? I have one of those, Raurus. I've never used it though. I have the Minox, and I also have the Minolta little 16 that takes the 16 millimeter sized film. Minox takes tiny little, I think 9.2 millimeter film. And then what you're talking about is the Minolta 16s. Yes, I have one of those as well, or maybe two of them. But I've never used them, ever. So I'd like to. The Minox are really small. Those are tiny. And they take even smaller film. I have a roll sitting over there somewhere. The cartridges, canister, or whatever you call them, the film holder looks the same in the Minox and in the Minolta. Except the Minolta one is twice as big. It was old 16 millimeter Cinefilm. Well, I don't know if it was Cinefilm, but it was definitely 16 millimeters wide. All of the film that I sent should be good matches for your Marlboro camera challenge. One whole roll where every shot is someone smoking a cigarette. Ooh. You know, except for I just don't like taking pictures of people when they're not suspecting it. I'm just so bad. Cool, didn't know that. Yeah, you could use 16 millimeter film, double or single perf, but you'll have the perforations in the shot. But it adds a little character. Or you could just use that microfiche film. I have a whole bunch of it. Image Link. Usually you get that really cheap. You can buy 100-foot rolls of that, and that's non-perf 16 millimeter film. Unfortunately, it's all going to be expired, so if you want to use new stuff, I would get single perf. Why use Minolta 16 where you can use Minolta 110? Yeah, you could use Minolta 110. Isn't that 16 millimeter as well? It is. In fact, I don't know if he's still here, but Steven, I still have it over here. My buddy Steven, that sent me that found film. I haven't forgotten about you, Steven. Steven sent me this quite a while ago. Also, collecting dust, I apologize, but I do want to use it one day. You guys check this out. Look at me branding. Marlboro, Kellogg's. I need some sponsorship deals. You know what that is? I think it came in a box of cereal. That's a 110 camera. Basically, the film just snaps in the back, and it's kind of part of the camera you hold. So they hang down, boom, and that becomes part of the camera. And you just wind it here. Take your picture right there on the back. See a little button there. Kellogg's. But they made these, I mean, these were bulk made in Taiwan, no less. And then whatever company wanted to give them away you would put their brand on the front of it. Fun little things. I just checked, and there are still some companies that put out rolls of 35 millimeter with ghosts preloaded, perfect for Halloween. That's pretty awesome. I don't know how they would do it with 35 millimeter, I guess, because you never know where the frame's going to start. Huh. I admit I get paranoid about taking pics in public places and getting yelled at about. Yeah, I'm not a real big fan of that. Yes, and the Pentax. Why use those? And I like the Pentax 110 SLR. Is really cool. I wish I had one. Walk around and offer people a smoke in exchange for a picture. Ooh, yes. I just checked. Yes. I have the exact same 110 camera, different branding, and shot 1 year in the Frugal Film Project with it. Actually works. Well, I haven't tried it yet. You can still buy fresh 110 film, I think, from Lomography and maybe from FPP. I can't remember if they sell it, but I think that would be fun because the film that you get now, if you get the old stuff, old C41 stuff is so rough, so rough. I want to remind you guys, I found, do you guys remember the Pomona Pack 200-foot magazines, the Kodachrome? Remember the 200-foot magazines? I didn't bring it over here. It's right over there. But I was digging through them the other day. I think it cost me £1. And I found one, and it's got writing on it that says, what did I write? What did I write? It's got a phone number on it, which the number I Googled, it didn't come back to anything. And it says Kauai on it. Kauai. Kauai. Isn't that in Hawaii? Isn't that one of the islands in Hawaii? It says Kauai plus 213-938-5495. And that phone number, and I wouldn't have mentioned that phone number, but I've already looked. It's long defunct, I believe. It's probably a spam number now, but that's going to be interesting. I really hope there's a way that I can get that Kodachrome to come out better than the first roll we did. Because what are they filming on the island of Kauai back in the early 90s? Unless it was the music video. There was somebody on eBay selling a film already developed. Get this. There was somebody selling a film on eBay. They just wanted too much money or I would have bought it. I even offered and I said, hey, this is what I do. And we had a good conversation, but he still didn't budge. He wanted like $100 for it. A little, like a film, a little. But it was somebody filming a guy using a Beaulieu, either 6000 or 7008, with a 200-foot mag on the beach. It was an African-American guy that was filming, and other African-American people, I believe, around. And we have traditionally found African-American people in the Pomona Pack. And he is in that area, the same area in California. I think he got some of the same lot that I did, but his was already developed. I just wonder if that film over there, some of that 200-foot magazines were the same ones that he had in his film. They were shooting, it looked like a music video. Could be. Some 110 film, I mean, you can use 16 millimeter film in 110, but there are certain cameras, most cameras, like the little rectangular cameras, 110s, you can't just use 16 millimeter film because you have to have the perforations properly in the film. Or it won't advance the film. There are some, like that Pentax 110 camera that Dana was talking about, I think that's the SLR, just pulls the film. So you could use 16 millimeter film. Too many per, yeah, you're right, Dana. It doesn't understand, most 110 cameras are not going to be able to use regular 16 millimeter film because the perfs are totally different. The SLR camera is an exception. There are a couple of exceptions to that rule. Some of them just pull the film by the take-up. And that's one of them. And that one, you can use 16 millimeter film. At any rate, I want to show you guys a film. We're going to continue on from last week. But before I do, I want to remind everybody, next Sunday, live stream, members only. I apologize, but one live stream a month is going to be for members only. I'm not positive what we're going to do yet. We might sync cam it. I don't know. But we are taking a week off from a public stream. Next week, don't forget, is a members only live stream. At any rate, I do want to show you this film. It's this actual film right here. Let's zoom in close so you can see. It's very difficult. I think that says Disney World with K's, so with kids. Anybody know what that super, what does that say? I don't know. Silver Springs. Does that say Silver Springs? I think that's what that says. So we're going to check this out. Last week we had one from the same batch. If you'll remember, it said all Disney World from 11, I believe, 71. This one doesn't have a date on it. And then the last one, I don't know. Oh, I don't know what this property, in pool property. I can't remember what this was, but I do have that one scanned as well, I think. We'll have to check that out later. This is not Kodak film. It's very grainy. It's pretty dark. It's darker than last week's film, but I want to show it. I want to show it because it's Disney and it's kind of cool. Sync cam. Fine, some people are members and some people are spending it on typewriters. No big deal. FPP does sell many types of 110 film, for example. 110 red scale, Lomochrome Metropolis, Lomochrome color. Okay, good. That's good to know. Get the lights. All right, let's get the lights. Let me find the light switch. Is that it? Nope, that's not the light switch. That one is. All right, let's get the lights. Boom. I'm going to turn off my mic. pretty cool. So I just found out, yeah, it does say gaff. I was reading your comments. It does say gaff on the reel. That was my first guess, actually, that it's gaff film. And I also looked during the film. Apparently, gaff was the official photographic film of Disney World in the 1970s. Or Disneyland. So likely Disney World as well. That was Silver Springs. I have been on those glass bottom boats several times. I've been to Silver Springs. It was a lot of fun. Of course, I've been to Disney a few times in the 70s and 80s and 2000s. Quite a few times in the 90s. But I don't go much anymore. That is where Sea Hunt was filmed. Was that Lloyd Bridges or who was that? Who was the Sea Hunt? I can't remember. But yes, you are correct. Just saying about a t-shirt design about gaff. What's that? Bigfoot. Where? Cool film. Was any like fish too, sauteed in butter and garlic. Lloyd, that's right. That's right. Yes, Lloyd Bridges. Yes. Yes, yes. All right, kids, I hope you enjoyed that film, that little film. We're going to end this on a good note, on a hilarious note, because this is too good of a time to not end on a hilarious note. You know what? I'm going to pick a blind page, and then I'm going to pick the first page number that I see in the chat. And we're going to do battle. Here's the blind page. Right there. I'm going to go left side. Mm, 55, says Super Cine. I'm on page 106. Mom, this is the last straw. Dad, we'll buy more. No. 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 55. Yeah, that was bad. I know it was bad. Did you hear about the clown who lived in the desert? No? He had a dry sense of humor. How's that, Jim Cahill? In the doghouse, bruh. Why'd the old flashlight drop out of school? It just wasn't very bright. Oh, wow. Yeah, those were really bad. I saw 110 on there. Let's do one more. Why did the teenage bird go to the beach? This one's kind of cool. He heard there were going to be gulls there. You know, cute gulls everywhere. Ouch! Yeah, that was pretty bad. Hey, they're called dad jokes for a reason. Let's settle this like adults right now. 55 times 2 equals 110. Ooh, that is eerie. Bruh. All right, kids, this was fun. Thank you again, Dana, very much for all the goodies. And I forgot to mention, he also sent some stickers, and Piper has already commandeered them, and she loves them. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll have to watch later. I was at a movie. Yay for dad jokes. Thank you, Fritz. Don't forget, if you're a channel member, we have a live stream next Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'd like to see you there. I don't know what we're going to do yet. We might just have a good rap session. I don't know. See you on the next go around. Great stream. Thank you, Bart. Cecil, Jason, Bricky, Jeffrey, Angus, Radios, other Jeffrey, Barry. Oh, Bonnie. Should I take up a singing career?
No.
Did you guys hear that? I heard a squawk out there. A no. Super Cine. All right, guys, listen. I love you guys. I really do. Bye, Piper, daughter number 1, and Nicole. Katerina is her name. Matthew, I forgot you were here. Thank you, buddy. Peace out. Love you guys like family. 2 Sundays from now, the next public stream.